and crafts in the Philippines started from the beginning of civilization to the present, from pre-colonial art forms to contemporary art that we, the Filipinos, practice now. They reflect a range of artistic influences on the country's culture. The island of the Philippines, located in the Malay Archipelago, has a diverse geography, and the small islands are housed to many tribes. Every country has its own special arts and crafts. Every piece of art or craft produced bears the identity of the country and makes a fine example of the artistic and creative faculties of the people. Now, let me introduce to you the different types of traditional arts and crafts in the Philippines. First is the cuisine.
Cuisine. Filipino cuisine encompasses the country's more than 100 ethno-linguistic groups. The style of cooking and associated foods have evolved over centuries, from their Austronesian origins to a mixed cuisine with Indian, Chinese, Spanish, and American influences. Famous Filipino dishes are fried salted fish and rice, pinakbet, and tinola.
Folk architecture. Folk architecture in the Philippines varies by ethnic group, and structures are made of bamboo, wood, grass, and other materials. They include the famous hut-style Bahay Kubo. Folk architecture also includes religious buildings, generally called spirit houses, which are shrines to protect spirits or gods. The architecture in the Philippines was usually influenced by the European and American colonizers.
performing arts. Folk dances, traditional music, plays and dramas, or theater are examples of performing arts. Each ethnic group has its own heritage, and Filipino folk performing arts also have Spanish and American influences. Some dances are related to those in neighboring Austronesian and other Asian countries. An example of folk dances in the Philippines is the Cariñusa from Panay Islands. When it comes to music, there were various types of pre-colonial musical instruments, but in 1596, the Spanish educational system was established, which required Filipinos to play musical instruments such as the organ and flute, among others.
Wood carving. The Philippines has been known for a lot of things, but woodcraft is something we are naturally good at. From the northern part of the country down to the south, there is always a wood carving or sculpting province that will amaze us. Maritime transport such as boat houses, boat making, and wooden bangka are examples of wood-carved products from the Philippines. These structures, traditionally made of wood chosen by elders and crafters connected to the history of different islands, are used for traveling from the one place to another and sometimes for occupational purposes such as fishing.
Weaving. Handloom weaving is the traditional way of creating beautiful and colorful Philippine textiles. Valuable textiles are made with fibers such as cotton, abaca, banana fiber, grass, and palm are used in Filipino weaving. Filipino weaving communities are usually in the northern part of Luzon, concentrated in the Ilocos and Cordillera regions. Some of the famous products of weaving are banig or mat, bilao or basket, salakot or brimmed hat, and abanico or hand fan.
Embroidery and fabric weaving. Embroidery is an art of decorating material, primarily textile fabric, by means of a needle and thread. Examples of embroidery in the Philippines are the Barong Tagalog and Barot Saya. Barong is made of banana silk or pineapple fabric and it showcases exquisite embroideries. Barot Saya, on the other hand, is a loose ensemble composed of barong, a fine fabric blouse fitted with butterfly sleeves, and a saya, an elaborate skirt made of plaid or striped cotton. During the Spanish colonial period, it is the everyday dress of every Filipino woman. Traditional graphic arts. The Philippine folk graphic art includes tattooing, drawing, and painting. Apo Wang Od is the embodiment of the ancient art of tattooing. She is from Kalinga clan and is a 106-year-old tattooist. Wang Od is the living proof of the Kalinga tribe's batok or hand-tapping culture. Another example of this is the painting Spoliarium by Juan Luna that shows a despoiling scene in a Roman circus where dead gladiators are stripped of weapons and garments. And lastly is the literature.
Literary artworks in the Philippines. Literature is probably one of the most important form of art, especially in the Philippine art. Philippine literature reflects a diverse group of works which are mostly grounded on traditional folktales, socio-political histories, and real-life experiences. Such writings have since promoted Filipino cultural values, told daily struggles of locals, and have instilled a remarkable lesson or two. Examples of the oral literary works or the Philippine folk literature are the story of Piña, Maria Makiling, and Juan Tamad. While in written literature, there are mga Ibong Mandaragit, Florante at Laura, and the Kudaman of Palawan. Among the great literary pieces in the Philippine literature, Noli Me Tangere or Touch Me Not in the English is the most controversial and widely known. Written by the country's national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, this novel sparked the social awakening of the Filipinos during the Spanish colonial era. The novel shows the unfairness of the Spanish priest and the ruling government at the time. His purpose of writing the book was to expose the ills of Philippine society during the period.
Hindi namin kailangan ako ang nababali na yung Nandito yung mga anak ko! Basilio!